and welcome to my first vocal countdown. Let's face it, for every great video game character there's always one that you just plain hate. Either they are very annoying,
Hey, listen! Leon!
or they are just straight up douchebags with disgusting personalities. Sometimes they are just incredibly lame characters that do not need to exist, and their mere presence annoys the hell out of you. Like, why are they even in the game? You just want to punch them in the face. And since there are a bunch of characters I just can't stand and I really wish I could punch them, well, why not make a list about it? So here it is, my top 10 video game characters I want to punch in the face. Like I said, it's a mixture of hated and annoying characters, as well as characters that are just, well, total pricks in general. Now, keep in mind that you may disagree with some entries on my list, or maybe you won't find your character on here. If that's the case, feel free to leave a comment. Now, before we start, there are two things I want to make clear. The first thing is that this list contains major spoilers for certain games. However, I won't say from which games the spoilers come from, because that would, well, kind of spoil this list. So, if you don't like spoilers, you're better off not watching this video. Don't worry though, I will warn you each time. The second thing is that I made up some rules to make the whole thing more interesting. The rules are as following: only one character per franchise, only from games I've played, and 2 characters can share a spot. So, let's not waste any time and start off with this list. Enjoy! Alright, first entry on this list, but before I start, I want to say something first. I really love cats, they're one of my favorite animals, and I like Sonic Adventure 1, which is one of my favorite Sonic games, but yeah, you all know where this is going. Yep, Big the Cat.
I must say Froggy!
So what's specifically wrong with Big the Cat? Let's say it like this: if there's one character the Sonic franchise doesn't need, it is Big the Cat. I know, Elise is also an unnecessary character, but I've never played Sonic 06 before, so she won't be on this list. And I won't play Sonic 06 in the future, I don't want to torture myself. Back to Big the Cat. Big is just so damn stupid. Nothing intelligent comes from his mouth. He's like herpy-derpy, but not in a funny way. He is so stupid that he makes Stimpy the cat look intelligent.
What's that? Oh, that's just my brain. It's always falling out.
He's annoying. His dialogue is redundant. He's just an unnecessary character.
Yoo-hoo, Froggy! Come out wherever you are!
Really, Sega? Is that the best you can come up with? His story also sucks in Sonic Adventure 1. People say Amy's story sucks because all you do is run away, or Knuckles' story because it is too repetitive, but I say no. Go play Big Story. All you do is go fishing for a stupid frog. It's so boring. The fishing isn't even fun. And worst of all, it's the same thing over and over again. Froggy goes missing, go catch him. Go to the hub world and ask people about Froggy. Get Froggy. Froggy runs away again, rinse and repeat. I don't think Froggy even wants to be with Big. In fact, at one point, he literally jumps into Chaos 6 instead of staying with Big. See? Even Froggy is annoyed by this guy, so that's why he runs away all the time. When your own pet rather wants to be with a monster than with its owner, that's a bad sign. But to be honest, I would also rather hang with Chaos than with Big anytime. Sadly, yet another cat on this list.
What could possibly go wrong?
There's nothing, I repeat, nothing likable about Bubsy the Bobcat. Even the fact that he is a cat doesn't change my attitude towards him. I just can't stand him. Design-wise, it is one of the worst video game character designs ever. It's just a bobcat with a white shirt, nothing more.
It's a cat, and you put him in a shirt, bam, it's Bubsy.
Also, the games that he appears in are bad. The first two SNES games are mediocre at best, and they have a lot of flaws. And do I have to remind you of that game called Bubsy 3D? You know, that abomination that is one of the worst games ever made? I don't think I need to explain why this game is bad. In fact, the entire franchise is trying way too hard to be cool with incredibly lame puns that aren't even funny. And they try too hard to market Bubsy as the next Sonic, which makes him one of those bad Sonic rip-offs. Because of this he runs fast, but unlike in Sonic games, this game doesn't scroll fast enough, meaning that you will run into enemies really easily. And because you die in one hit, this ensures a lot of cheap deaths. But not only that, Bubsy dies by touching a gumball machine. What? Why? There's no reason for this. Oh, and he also dies when being sneezed on. Seriously? What is this? Is he a War of the Worlds alien? And there's yet another terrible design choice. This game has falling damage. Falling damage in a platforming game? Are you retarded? And by the way, it's a freaking cat! Cats could safely land on their feet, even when they fall from great heights. This has to be the lamest cat ever. I mean, hey, at least Big was voiced by Duke Nukem. But I'm not done yet. Then there's his personality. Oh boy. I think his attitude is the main reason for my hate towards him. He thinks he's the coolest guy ever. His arrogance really shows in his own cartoon show. Yeah, he had a cartoon show. It sucked. Only one episode got aired and it got cancelled after that. Yeah, it was that bad.
What could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, that's right. Brush your teeth before eating breakfast. Genius! Just have a listen to what he has to say about himself.
Don't want to be your sidekick.
Yeah, I know. You don't feel worthy. Hey, that happens when people are around me.
Seriously, how can anyone like this cat? No, Bubsy, you're not cool. You may have also noticed that he has one of the most annoying voices ever recorded for a video game character. No matter who the voice actor is, it's always annoying.
So, you wanna be a video game star? For starters, grab all the items you see. There's plenty of them in each level. And if you get enough of them, you'll be in for some surprises.
You know, giving your video game character a voice and letting them speak can be done the right way. Not overusing annoying catchphrases would be a good example. With Bubsy, it's annoying. With Earthworm Jim, for example, it's funny.
Groovy!
But the thing that tops it all off, the thing that makes me mad, Bubsy killed a franchise which had a lot of potential. Back in the 90s, there was a criminally underrated platforming game called Plog. Even today, it is one of my favorite platforming games. But because there were a lot of cute platformers on the market during that time, Plog didn't really get the attention it deserved. And Bubsy was the game that stole all of Plog's attention, meaning that a bad game got all the attention it didn't even deserve, and a fantastic game was left to be forgotten by the general public. This is a shame, and it's all because of Bubsy. Remember Super Mario Bros? You know, the one on the NES? Well, duh, of course you do. It is the definition of video game nostalgia. I think we can all agree that it was a great game. There was, however, one problem I had with the game. That problem was a certain character. You're probably thinking about Toad, right? Well, no, it's not Toad, but I haven't finished yet. Remember that other game on the cartridge called Duck Hunt? Eh? Do you know where this is going? Yes. Yes, you do. Number 8 on this list may be the very first douchebag in video game history. Also, he's the worst pet and sidekick one can possibly have. That goddamn dog. Seriously now, do I need to say anything? What kind of sidekick laughs at you? Don't you just hate obnoxious taunting? Isn't a sidekick supposed to help me? But instead he makes fun of me? I think this was one of the first instances where a video game character made people angry. Basically, the game mocks you because you missed that one duck. Over and over and over and over again. Is this even necessary? It's like every time you make a mistake, somebody would slap you in the face. That doesn't help us becoming better, it just annoys us. You know what? Why don't you take the gun and do it better? You're the reason why I chose the clay shooting instead. Oh, oops, I missed one. Do you hear that? That silence? It just feels so good. Coming in at number 7 is the first video game character I hated. He is on nearly every hated video game character list, and he is known to be a douchebag among a lot of retro gamers. It's no one else than Blue Oak. Who doesn't hate Blue Oak? He gets to get the starter Pokemon with the type advantage. That was always the first thing that made me angry as a kid. In Pokemon Yellow, however, he gets an Eevee. I don't know what other people think, but I'd rather have an Eevee than a Pikachu that you can't even evolve. That's unfair. And guess what? That Eevee was supposed to be yours. Well, thank you, Blue. I wanted to have an Eevee. Blue is also an annoying brat. He's cocky and he thinks he's better than you, even though he isn't. He doesn't really want to have fun with battles. It seems that he just wants to win so he can show off to everybody else. I even think that the only reason he wants to become a Pokemon champion in the first place is so that he can brag about it. And let's not forget about his annoying one-liners and his obnoxious taunting. It seems that he's only there to annoy you, and he does a pretty good job at it. Blue could only be worse if he would treat his Pokemon badly. Oh wait! Talking about treating your Pokemon badly, there's also another rival who is a total douchebag. Guess who it is? Silver! Silver is even worse than Blue. He's just as annoying, but he's more of a douche. Before you even get to know him, he's really rude and pushes you away. Hey! After that, he doesn't get a starter Pokemon from the professor. No, he steals a Pokemon from him. And, of course, it's the one with the type advantage. He's not only a douche to you, but also to his own Pokemon. He even says they are weak if you win against him. Silver only wants to have the best and strongest Pokemon, not realizing that you can win with practically any Pokemon of your choice, and that strategy plays a great role in battle. Oh, and don't forget about the annoying one-liners. They are still there, and this time they're even worse. They just show how cocky and arrogant he really is. He also says the same thing over and over again. We get it, you hate weak Pokemon. How about this? Maybe it's not the fault of your Pokemon, maybe it's your fault. So, suppose you're playing a game and you messed up at some point and you don't want to save. What do? You hit reset, right? I mean, the button is there for a reason. You mess up, you try again. That's everybody's freedom to do so. It's simple, right? Yes? Yes it is. However, in Animal Crossing, a game I really like by the way, you get punished for this. That's right, I absolutely hate Rossetti. Why? Because he's pointless and annoying at the same time. I mean, seriously, why is he making a fuss about when I hit a stupid button? That's like punishing me for opening the disk drive. Why am I not allowed to use the button that is on the console in the first place? And why do his speeches have to be so long? So what? It teaches us to accept our faults and mistakes in life and we should live with them? Well, that's a good intention, but video games aren't real life. And I play video games because I can do what I want to do. I am free. And if I want to fix a mistake, I'll do it. I'll do it because I can't do it in real life, which makes video games the more interesting for me. So you don't need to tell me that I'm not allowed to do this. Not only does he give you a very long speech every time you shut the game off without saving, but he also calls you names and he's really rude. Why can't he be like his brother Don? And sometimes you have to say sorry for what you did. And not just saying sorry, no, you have to type the exact thing that he says or else he won't be pleased. So I have to say sorry for what? For pressing a damn button that's on the console to begin with? A button that was meant to be used in the first place? How retarded is this? And what if it's accidental? Once my power went out and he gave me an overly long speech about you should save before shutting the game off. Well, thank you, that's fair, I didn't do anything. And what if the power goes out on your DS and you can't find the charger? Is that fair? No! What really makes me angry is that he's trying to control how you play the game. So what if I shut down the game without saving? That's none of your damn business. I play the game how I want to. Don't tell me how to play my game. I do whatever I want with it. If I wanted to play Frisbee with the game disc, I would do it. I mean, I bought the game, it's my game and my console, and I reset whenever I want to. I just hate it when people take away your fun. Have you ever seen a video game character wanting to control how you play? I haven't seen this since Psycho Mantis. Reset is also the worst assist trophy in Brawl. He doesn't help you at all. He just does what he is best at, annoying everybody. His dialogue even takes up the whole screen, hindering you in your gameplay. Damn it, Resetti, can't I have fun? That's what video games are about. I just hope they did something about him in Yuli. What? He's optional? Well, finally they realized how annoying and pointless he is. The truth is that they took him out because he scared little children and made younger girls cry. No, really, I did make that up. But he does come back if you build that Reset Surveillance Center, which I'm never ever going to build anyways. Why would you spend 368,000 bells to be yelled at? A lot of people say that some are born a douchebag. This guy, however, isn't even born yet, and he still manages to be one. A big one. A really big one. This character is known as Dr. Fetus. Dr. Fetus is a character that you just have to hate. Even the game itself says that everyone hates him, and I think there are good reasons behind that. I mean, you know that somebody is a douche when his own concept art is flipping you off. Not only that, but the stuff he does just because he can't stand Meat Boy are horrible. I don't even know why he dislikes Meat Boy in the first place. So what does he do first? He beats up Meat Boy and kidnaps his girlfriend Bandage Girl. So he's just kind of like Bowser, right? Oh no. What he does after every level is basically a worse version of Your Princess is in Another Castle. After you beat the level where you think you can get Bandage Girl back, he beats her up every time and she runs away. So not only do you have to go through hard levels just so you can't get your reward, but he also abuses her. I think he's a prick just to be a prick. And guess what he does next? He senselessly burns down a forest, killing a lot of animals. Well, that's nice. And just look what he does. when Meat Boy tries to save Brownie. And just when you think he can't get any douchier, at the end he nukes an entire country. He nukes a country! What a... I ran out of synonyms for douchebag. Move on! The character on this spot is yet another doctor and an annoying mad scientist. No, it's not Eggman, although he can be annoying with his...
You know what they say, the more the merry.
Yes. Although Eggman can be annoying with his...
Get a load of this!
Although Eggman can be annoying with his...
Time for a change of pace!
It's not Eggman! Alright. The mad scientist I'm talking about is that old scum Dr. Wily. Okay, let me get this straight. How many times did this prick escape? How many chances did Mega Man have to finally have revenge on him? And why does he fall for his tricks every time? Dr. Wily just seems to deceive everyone in the Mega Man universe, which I seriously don't understand. I mean, look at this guy, does he look trustworthy to you? And the way he deceives people just baffles me. He just says, "Hey, I'm a good guy now," and people are like, "Duh, okay." How does that even work? In Mega Man 3, he tricked Dr. Light, saying that he came to his senses, and so they both worked on a robot called Gamma. Gee, I wonder how this will turn out. And how did it turn out? That's right, Wily backstabs Dr. Light at the end and uses the robot to rule the world. Did you really think working with him was a good idea in the first place? Coming back to the fact that he escapes every time, in Mega Man 4, you think that Mega Man finally got him, but no, he escapes through the back door? Why? Stop standing around and shoot him! In Mega Man 9, all of Dr. Light's robots become evil, and Dr. Wily uses this as evidence to claim that Dr. Light is the bad guy. He even uses a hoax recording where a fake Dr. Light talks about world domination. And then he makes himself look innocent and demands for money. And if that wasn't bad enough already, Dr. Wily deceived them again in Mega Man 10. In that game, a new virus called Roboenza breaks out which turns robots violent. Dr. Wily claims that his robots are affected as well and asks Dr. Light to work on a cure with him. And what do you think happens? Just take a guess. Mega Man ventures off and defeats the robots, only to find out that, oh shock, Wily created the virus in the first place and he stole the cure. This was obvious from the beginning, guys. The fact that everyone still trusts him and that he always gets away just annoys me. I just want him to be defeated for good. If I say that the character on this spot is from the Star Fox franchise, which character do you think it is? Oh no, you guessed wrong. Yeah, I know, Slippy can be annoying sometimes because you always have to save him, and he does have an annoying voice, but hey, at least he helps you. He is helpful because he shows you the boss's health. It was Slippy who perfectioned the O-Wings and he invented the Landmaster. So no, it's not Slippy. I'm thinking of another character. I personally found Pigma to be way more hateable. Oh boy, Pigma Danger is a backstabber. He does nothing else than backstabbing other people. Pigma was originally part of the old Star Fox team, alongside with Peppy and James McCloud. He betrayed that team because he made a deal with Andros to get money. So Pigma lured James and Peppy into a trap where Peppy was nearly killed. James sadly didn't make it out alive. The death of James McCloud has traumatized Fox for many years. And all that because of that fat pig. Not only did he kill Fox's father, but he also taunts him with it.
Daddy screamed real good before he died.
How sadistic is this? He's also very pig-headed. And he is dumb as well. Pigma has the worst AI and the lowest health in the game, so he has nothing to brag about. After the betrayal of the former Star Fox team, he joined Star Wolf. And guess what? He betrayed them as well. He got expelled for this because he saw a great opportunity to get rich using the aperoids. He's so greedy and he doesn't care who he hurts, as long as he gets money for it. He also steals the core right in front of you during the Katina mission because of this.
Is it that important? Then I'm gonna be rich! Smell you later!
Not this again! Pigma escapes to the planet Ficina, where he turns off the climate controlling device. It turns out that he was pulling the strings in regards of the aperoid invasion on the planet. Can you please stop doing douchey things? And because of all of this, the climate control center was damaged. A big applause for Pigma, everyone! A big applause! To top it all off, the Nintendo Power Magazine guide even said that the rivalry between Fox and Wolf was because of Pigma.
Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball has to say. Can't argue with that.
The only good thing is that he finally dies at the end. And no, I don't feel any mercy for this guy. There's one kind of people I absolutely can't stand. Like I mentioned before, I just hate narcissistic people. And Von Karma from Ace Attorney is one of those. This guy just wants to be perfect and nothing else. All he wants is to win the case, no matter if he's wrong or right. Even if it means that he has to cheat in order to win his case. He used dirty tricks so that he could win cases where he wasn't even on the right side. He even has hidden evidence before that proved the client not guilty, just so he can win his guilty verdicts. He even did this multiple times. That's not honest at all. That's not even justice. That's just wrong. What kind of prosecutor is he? He also really wants you to know that he is perfect in every way. Von Karma won't even accept Edgeworth if he isn't perfect. How snooty is this? He even neglects his real daughter because in his eyes she isn't perfect. Also, Von Karma won't accept losses. He wants to win every time. The one time he lost against Edgeworth's dad, he killed him because of that. He even lied to Edgeworth, saying that it was him who killed his father. This traumatized him ever since. What a liar! But he technically killed even more people. Because of him, a lot of innocent people got the guilty verdict. And remember that the death penalty still exists in their world. Yep, he has sent innocent people to their deaths just so he can win his case. What a jerk! In the fourth case of the first game of the series, Phoenix and Maya find evidence that it was in fact Von Karma who killed Edgeworth's father. And guess what Von Karma did when he came across them? He zapped them with a taser so that he can win the case and hide the evidence. You prick! The good thing is that even though that particular evidence is missing, Phoenix still manages to win against Von Karma, sending him to jail. That's what you get, you douche! But you know what? We're only at number 2. So I guess here we are, close to the number 1 spot on this list. But before we go to number 1, let's do a quick recap. Number 10, Big the Cat. Number 9, Bubsy the Bobcat. Number 8, The Duck Hunt Dog. Number 7, Blue Oak and Silver. Number 6, Resetti. Number 5, Dr. Fetus. Number 4, Dr. Wily. Number 3, Pigma Denga. And number 2, Manfred von Karma. At the beginning of the list, we had characters that were annoying. Then we had characters that were more than just annoying. The last few characters were really big pricks. Number 1, on the other hand, combines every aspect of those previous douchebaggy characters. Well, we talked a lot about douchebags in this list, but what exactly makes a person a douchebag? Let's see what the dictionary has to say. Douchebag, noun. 1. A jerk, a mean or rude person. 2. An idiot, a dim-witted person. 3. An individual who has an overinflated sense of self-worth compounded by a low level of intelligence, behaving ridiculously in front of colleagues with no sense of how moronic he appears. 4. Porky Minch. Oh, where do I begin? Porky Minch, or Pokey Minch, whatever you want to call him, has all the douchebag properties turned up to 11. He is the lord of doucheness. He is the definition of a douchebag. No words can describe how much I want to punch him in the face. Oh wait, I want to strangle this stupid kid. No wait, I want to smash his face with a Boston Basher. And why do I hate him so much? Well, why shouldn't I? Okay, relax. Let me explain. First off, he is narcissistic like Von Karma. Oh wait, he's even worse. He has a serious god complex. The way he talks about himself is just so redundant. The things he says about himself aren't even true. He's a liar. He isn't brave. He's a coward. Look at this. Look at this. Porky also likes controlling other people around him for his own profit, which becomes a terrible thing in Mother 3. He thinks he can do anything he wants, and I hate that attitude. In fact, the stuff he wants to do turns out to be dangerous for other people, and so many terrible things happen just because he was bored. Then, I'm not done yet, he's a backstabber like Pigma, pretending to be your best friend, but then suddenly turning against you. Porky is a fake and two-faced person, sweet-talking to people so he can profit from them, and if those people have no need for him anymore, he simply leaves them behind. That's also a sign of extreme selfishness. In Earthbound, he did that to Ness and the mayor of Forsyth. With all that ass-kissing, Porky actually became his business consultant. How? Yeah, and then he taunts you, like Blue Oak or the Duck Hunt Dog, only worse. And he really enjoys taunting you. Which brings me to the next point. Porky is bratty and immature, and even though he is technically 10,000s of years old in Mother 3 due to time traveling, he still acts like a little kid. Okay, being a douchebag is one thing, but you may ask, what exactly did he do to deserve a punch in the face? What did he do to deserve the #1 spot on this list? The real evil deeds come from Mother 3. In Earthbound, he was more of an annoying brat, but in the sequel, he showed his real self. He became a dictator, and nobody likes dictators. I mean, they're dreadful. He somehow sets up an entire army called the Pigmas, which take control over the last place left on Earth after an apocalypse, where the last surviving humans live, indoctrinating them, turning a dystopian future even more dystopian. So this is the last land that's left on a planet with the last surviving people, and he uses it as his toy box just because he is bored. Wow. Just wow. But it doesn't stop there. The Pigmas start a forest fire. Why, I don't know for sure, but they were ultimately doing what Porky was commanding them to do. And if it weren't for Flint, a little innocent boy and his father could have been killed by the fire.
But oh wait! There's more!
Porky demands that the animals living on the island should be mixed with other animals to create chimeras. This means cutting animals into pieces and putting them together with other animal parts. How sick is that? And what purpose does it serve? Only because he thinks the animals on the island aren't cool enough? What? Are you kidding? This extremely sadistic thing is done in a giant building called the Chimera Lab. However, that's not the only thing that's done there. They also create half-animal, half-robot creatures and brainwash them to become hostile. This results into Lucas's mother being killed by a now hostile cyborg Drago. That's right, the Mecha Drago killed Hinawa, leaving Lucas, Klaus and Flint behind with a severe trauma. Flint then loses it right in front of his children, and Lucas cannot stop crying because his mother got killed. Great job, Porky! Great job!
But wait! There's more!
Because of this, Klaus wants to avenge his mother. He runs away and goes to search for the Mecha Drago, but he fails and sadly dies by falling off a cliff. However, he gets reanimated by the Pigmas, becoming the masked man, now working for Porky. But to Porky, he's nothing else than a mindless robot slave. That's right, he uses your dead brother as a toy! Sadly, after the final battle, Klaus gave his final breath. Oh oops, the toy is broken it seems. But who cares about that family? It's not like they are emotionally attached to this boy. It's not like Lucas has any other problems. It's not like Lucas is traumatized. What about Facade, you may ask? Isn't he a douche as well? What's with all the times he abuses Salsa? Well, yes, he is a douchebag, and I also want to punch him in the face, but he's doing what Porky wants him to do, so it is basically Porky doing all the bad deeds. Porky even goes so far that he wants the world to be destroyed, so that only he lives on the planet. If the masked man pulls the last needle, every life will vanish. He knows about this. He used the masked man to achieve this goal. So he basically wants to kill off everyone else, just so he can be the last one alive.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
So let's resume. All those heartbreaking moments in the game, blame it on him. It's his entire fault. All this happened because a fat, immature brat was bored. I can't believe that there are actually people that feel sorry for this guy. Like, are you serious? That's like saying, oh, that guy killed so many people because he was bored, but I feel so sorry for him. He had such a complicated life, and he was bullied. He didn't really know what he was doing. What? No, he was the bully. He knew what he was doing all along. There is no reason why you should feel sorry for this guy. Everyone should hate him. I mean, I never got that angry about a video game character before in my life. And worst of all, he doesn't even care at all. Complete lack of empathy. He just cares for himself. Originally, the developers wanted to kill off Porky for good. They decided to scrap the idea though, but there are still some remaining and unused sprites for his death. Why did they scrap it? Why didn't he just get what he deserved? Pfft, they figured out he wasn't enough of a douchebag. But wait! Characters like Pigma, Dr. Fetus and Von Karma all have to pay at the end for what they did, and so does Porky Minch, right? I mean, the real ending in the game has him being trapped inside the absolutely safe capsule, and now that he's in it, he can't get out anymore, so he finally gets what he deserves, and he will be spending the rest of his immortal life in total isolation and will be bored forever. Ha! Wait, what? He got exactly what he wanted? That was his wish all along?
This is Sparta!
Whew! Finally let my anger out. That sure felt good. So, I hope you enjoyed my first vocal countdown. If you have anything to say, or if you want to give me some advice, just leave a comment. If you have any requests, just send me a PM. If you did enjoy this video, please give me a thumbs up. Want to see more countdowns in the future? Feel free to subscribe. Stay tuned, and until next time!